Hi, my name's Kaylee. You might remember me from when I read chapter 1 of my book, Uptown Sun. If you like it, you can find it on the Zon, both Kindle and in print. If you don't have a Kindle, you can download the KDP app onto your phone. That's what I do. It's very handy. Shall we begin? The afternoon snuck up on Natalie as she sat at the dining table. If you had told her that one day she would be sketching out ideas on how to best photograph organic ice cream, she'd have told you to pull the other one. The lavender bushes just outside the window were looking amazing this time of year. The vibrant purples of the flowers shooting up into the clear blue skies above created such a beautiful background for said ice cream. Unfortunately, it was the same summer weather that made ice cream absolutely impossible to photograph without a few tricks. Luckily, she had plenty up her sleeve. She finished with her glass teacup and placed it in the sink with the plateful of toast crumbs from breakfast and began to slip, slop, slap in preparation for her bike ride into the town centre. Cherry Rose was not the place one could go on a shopping spree. The closest large chain grocery store was around a 45-minute drive by car. However, there were independent shops opened in the town hub by the residents. First, she stopped at Lonnie's. The store was actually named Elementary Leonardo, but being Australia, it was affectionately shortened. The old Italian couple who ran the store, Nicholas and Moira, didn't seem to mind. They had opened the shop with the intention of it being a grocery store, but when the post opened, there was too much competition for such a small community. It didn't stop the Leonardos, though. They took it all in their stride. Community meant so much to both of them, and Nicholas was an expert at finding a void and filling it. Soon the store changed from selling produce to stocking mostly non-edible products almost overnight. The Leonardos kept all sorts of items. They filled their store with cookware, bric-a-brac, bits for horses, saddles, and even vegetable sacks. Nicholas and Moira had lived in Cherry Rose since Natalie was still a teenager. Before retiring, Nicholas had run his own restaurant. If the food he served Natalie when she popped into the store was anything to go by, he had been absolutely phenomenal at it. The restaurant was still running back in the big city, but his sons had taken it over. Not an easy task in this economy, but by all accounts, business was booming. They still sent him the cut of the profits each fortnight to help him financially. Moira would tell anyone who would listen, "They are such good boys." The counter of the store was covered in family pictures from when Nicholas and Moira were much younger. The bell across the door rang as Natalie lugged it open. She edged past an empty feed trough that was set up near the door and had been filled with artisanal soaps. The smell of lavender mingled with the garlic from the back of the shop. "Hello," she called out, trying to see over the newly stacked meal prep containers. "Piccola!" Moira's face popped up over a shelf as she emerged from the room behind the register that attached their residence to the shop. "Nicholas, we have a visitor." "Natalie, good to see you." A cheerful old man entered from the doorway. He may have had grey hair and thick cola bottle-lensed glasses, but there was a youthful spring in his step. "How to help you today, Fragolina?" Fragolina meant strawberry in Italian. They used it in reference to her red hair, a name the Leonardos had been endearingly calling Natalie ever since she first started frequenting Elementary Leonardo. "This is a bit of an off-kilter... this is an odd request. Do you happen to have an ice cream scoop in the shop? I'm doing a photo shoot today." "Oh, for your work?" "Yep, Mr. Leonardo, another day, another dollar." Natalie began to walk towards a shelf where she had spotted a number of different kitchen implements in a small tub. "Well, in that case," Nicholas quickly rushed between her and the shelf, "I will not sell you one." He crossed his arms, blocking her from obtaining the ice cream scoop. "Please, Mr. Leonardo, this is really important." "No. On my watch, no." His brow furrowed as he continued to look down at her. Natalie was confused. She looked him up and down as Moira continued to work in the small room behind the register. His frown began to crumble into a playful grin that always brightened Natalie's day. "I cannot sell you this because you work too hard. You do a good job and you will be famous one day. I cannot tell people I made you buy simple tools that you use to get famous. I will look so cruel." After some clinking around on the shelf, he handed her the ice cream scoop. "I will give you this for no charge. When you become famous, you tell everyone to visit Elementary Leonardo, and they will call it that. Not Lonnie's, as our friends say, but we will be world famous and we will be Elementary Leonardo." "Thank you so much, but of course I have to pay you." "If you really want to pay me anything..." He walked over to the counter and grabbed a plastic ice cream container with different food names scribbled out in marker. "Try out this and tell me what you think, okay?" He wrapped the scoop in tissue paper. "I made some dessert last night. It is called Baba. Moira says, "You're making too much." So I say to her, "No, I am just making extra for a friend." "Then you come just in time. So try this. Otherwise I will not hear the end of this. On and on about the waste. It is my gift." "You are so kind. I don't know what to say. Thank you so much." Natalie opened the container and looked over the small syrup-soaked sticky spongy cakes. She picked one up precariously, fighting an unwinnable battle to keep her hands clean, and took a bite. She let out a of approval. "Here, take more." He took some out of the larger container and packed them into a smaller rinsed-out yogurt tub, slapping the lid on and patting it to ensure it was firm. "You have a good day now, okay? Okay, see you later." Natalie put the ice cream scoop and container of baba into her satchel, making a mental note to return the favor. Moira was always a fan of sunflowers, and Nicholas was always a fan of her seasoned sunflower seeds. They were such a cute couple, and if Natalie could find a man half as decent as Nicholas, and if she could be half the wife Moira was, she was sure she'd have no trouble being in a relationship for half a century either. And that is chapter 2. If you want to read more, again, on Amazon, Kindle, and print. Otherwise, I guess you're going to be here for 58 weeks, because that's how many chapters there are in this bad boy.